Hello and welcome to another Dota-Two cast. I'm WSLK, and joining me, as always, is Zegas. How you doing, Zegas?
I'm doing pretty darn good, man. I'm looking forward to Christmas. It's only a few days away. I'm going to be ripping open some presents, and it's going to be absolutely awesome. How about yourself?
Looking forward to the same stuff. Think my parents are going to give me a bike for Christmas. You know, I'm 19, I clearly need a car, but they're just going to give me a bike. So, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, you're going to get the one with the training wheels, yeah?
Probably. I don't know. I think I'm big enough to take off the training wheels. Actually, I asked for a street bike, so hopefully I get that. Street biking is something I'm into, so we'll see how that
Alright,
goes.
that's pretty awesome, dude.
Yeah, anyways, jumping into this game. On the Radiant team, we have WK playing Puck, El Chuchu playing Chen, Spike on Beastmaster, Frenzy playing Sniper, and Owie 2000 on Tinker.
And on the dire side, we have doing it big on Ricky Maru. Big Nerd on Lich, Dilated Mind on Sand King, Derp on Pugna, and Pardon playing Windrunner.
Yeah, and we see, just right off the bat, some pretty interesting picks here. We do have the Tinker going middle, obviously, for the Radiant team. We've got a Beastmaster solo top, and it looks like they're doing some sort of pseudo tri-lane bottom with this Sniper soloing the lane for the most part. Puck looks like he's going to be playing a supportive role, and then Chen in the jungle, going to be getting some creeps and probably coming around to try and gank with those.
And for the Dire, we got a very standard Ricky and Lich lane top. You know, Lich is just basically there to help Ricky get that free farm so he can get big, as in his name, you know, doing it big. We got standard Pugna going middle. It's a very strong hero, obviously, because he's really level dependent, and he could do some strong pushing with that Nether Blast. And we have Dilated Mind, Sand King, and Windrunner down bottom. They're going to have a difficult time. It looks like El Chuchu might be setting up a gank here on Windrunner. We'll see if he's going to be able to get that Ursa slow, but he actually misses that. So they actually might still be able to get it done, but no, Dilated Mind does place a very good stun there and stops them from getting that first blood on Windrunner.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a miss micro there by Chen, missing that Ursa Stomp. That definitely would have resulted in a first blood right there. But speaking from experience, Chen is quite a bit more difficult in Dota 2 than he was in Dota 1. The microsystem's a little bit confusing as opposed to the Dota 1 microsystem, just because of the way the UI works in Dota 2. It's kind of difficult to realize like what units you have selected and stuff, because they actually show up where like debuffs would show up. So
yeah, it's kind of awkward actually. I've been randoming a lot, so knowing my luck, I usually get Chen. And I've been doing a lot of games with him, and I think the easiest way to go about doing that is the game actually prioritizes, like you said, down in the debuff area, your creeps. And if you hit tab, they show up in that specific order. I hope like in the future that we're going to be able to customize the order they show up in, because tab is something that's really strong as far as microwing goes. You don't have to set up like a ton of control groups like you had to do in the Warcraft 3 engine. But hopefully they get that changed.
yeah, I'm hoping for that too. But what's with the hate on Chen, man, saying that you always random it? Dude, Chen's awesome to play random. You just do ridiculous stuff. Like, grab a bunch of, like, random creeps, like a kobold speed aura and, like, a wolf attack aura. You just, like, push with them. That's
Well,
what I
I
do.
mean, like, he would be a great hero for me to random if I didn't have the micro abilities of a small rodent. You know, like, my hands are just so tiny. I don't know if you saw the Burger King commercial. It's kind of like that. And, you know, I just can't do it, man. That hero requires so much practice and patience to learn, like, all the finesse and being able to micro and all of that. It just, I don't feel like putting in that investment, you know? He is
Yeah,
like an awesome hero to play. Don't get me wrong. I mean, like when Chen is on my team, I'm happy. Like I'm at a happy place.
yeah, the most difficult thing with him is just knowing the AoEs and, like, the front swings of the skills of all the creeps that he has. Like, because there's actually quite a bit of a difference in, like, using an Ursa or a Minotaur, just the way that they stun and stuff.
Yeah, that's actually true. I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, and then Troll Warlords are always the overlooked people. Troll Warlords are pretty good too. Net's really strong ability, especially because it's the only range stun that you can get on a creep. Well, not really stun, it's an ensnare, so immobilization, whatever.
You know, when it
Looks like
comes down to creeps, though, I'm never gonna get good creeps.
Yeah, no, I was playing a scrim yesterday, and I was Chen, and I think I had like we were pushing their like second tier tower, and I had like a wolf, a frost ogre, and like one of the weaker versions of an Ursa. Like I didn't have the one that had stomp, I had the other Ursa because they had like gone through the jungle and killed all of the good creeps.
Gotta love those tryhards, right?
Yeah, exactly. Dude, of course Mikey's a tryhard. Anyways, moving back into this game a little bit, it looks like Derp 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 has forced Owie on this Tinker out of the lane there. Pugna being able to throw out some serious harass with Nether Blast only having a 5-second cooldown, along with Decrepify making it do a serious chunk of damage because of that 40% amplification it has.
We got some action top here. Looks like Choo Choo Train was out of position there and completely let Owie 2000 basically walk up to him, land both his abilities, and auto attack him to death. So a little bit of not paying attention there. I'm not quite sure what he was doing during that time. He may have been like tabbing out to like, turn off some porn or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, his fate was pretty much sealed, though, because once Tinker landed that laser, Tinker has boots and he didn't. So we could have pursued easily and gotten those auto attacks as well as the rocket off, no problem. So...
that's true. He might have been thinking, well, yeah. I'm dead either way. So I'm going to make it easy on you.
We had Puck go onto this Windrunner, and Windrunner used a very nice use of the Windrun ability to actually dodge Puck's last auto attack. And it looks like Puck's going to be pursuing this Windrunner, barely missing with the Illusory Orb, but it looks like he's going to shift to it, going to get the kill on Windrunner, phase shift, but then Dilated Mind's going to go in with a good Impale on Sand King there and finish off Puck as well.
I don't think that was worth it. That was definitely not worth it at all.
Yeah. I completely agree. You never want to give up a hero in a tri-lane to get a kill on the solo hero in the lane, because that hero's already starved of farm. There's no reason that you should sacrifice yourself to kill them and give them levels. So they
handing gold to Sand King of all heroes, like once he gets, a blink, he becomes like a huge nuisance, even if no one else on his team actually has any items. Like he can just set things up that most heroes can't. And it's kind of a slippery slope. He can get heroes and teams, for that matter, back into the game with really solid Sand King play.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like this sniper has been getting a decent amount of farm here. He's got the makings of his power treads as well as 2 Wraith Bands there. It looks like he actually has about 25 creeps in 7 minutes, which isn't terrible for sniper. We probably would like to see a little bit more creeps in a tri-lane of all things, especially. He should be up towards the 35 mark at 7 minutes in, but it's a forgivable sin, I'd say.
It looks like they're trying to gank Ricky up on top, and it looks like it's going to be successful. He is trying to do a little bit of juking by eating that tree, and he does blink out to that Puck, so a really smart move there, but the axes from Beastmaster is going to finish the job. However, Choo Choo Train does avenge that Ricky and picks up the kill on that Puck.
Yeah, Ricky could have actually lived with a pretty cute dodge there if he had gone either up or down instead of just running straight. That would have been pretty good, turning that gank around into a kill for themselves, but whatever. And it looks like simultaneously bottom, the Sand King and Windrunner went on Sniper because Pugna had actually come from middle to gank right there. Pugna picking up those arcane boots, so he has a ton of mana now. He can put out sustained pushes, just blast creep waves down, no problem.
It looks like they're going to go into Owie. Be going down here, but no, a very, very strong Puck Illusory Orb there just completely wrecked them, followed by a Sniper ulti on that Windrunner, and they just kind of melted away there.
Yeah, that was really good. And notice that Puck has actually chosen to upgrade Silence beyond that of Illusory Orb, which is actually an interesting thing to do. There were some discussions about this in the forums a couple years ago, whether it's better to actually max Illusory Orb or Silence first. The way that Silence used to be leveled, you pretty much always wanted to do Silence first, because the way the Silence was, it was 0.1 second, 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. But now they've kind of scaled the silencing, so it's 0.75 at first. So it's really kind of up to you whether or not which one you want to upgrade first. If you're in a solo lane, you usually want to get Illusory Orb first, because you're not really going to ever be going in close corners with the other 3 heroes. But if you're a solo against another solo, it's completely up to you if you want to get silence first.
Got
Looks
some
like
action
Sand
down
King
here
going to be
bottom. Sorry,
going
go
on
ahead.
to him. Yeah, I was just saying there's action. Looks like Windrunner and Sand King going to be able to tuck out that puck, and they are chasing this sniper all the way back behind the tower.
And it looks like a very good Shackle is going to seal his fate. But no, actually, they're going to turn around. Dilated is trying to go for this kill, but he might be making a mistake here as he is going to be going down to a... Wow. Oh my god, I just thought for a second there that he just got out of that with a beautiful sandstorm. But unfortunately, that did not happen.
Yeah. Unfortunate, but definitely a good sandstorm attempt right there.
Yeah, that was very close. Just before that, though, while you were discussing the silence, Puck actually tried to push that bottom tier 1 tower and completely put it into deny range and allowed them to get that free kill. It looks like up top, though, they're going to be sending out that Scout Hawk, and it looks like that is going to kill Choo Choo Train. But no, a very strong Lich ulti is going to take out Beastmaster. Aoi 2000 does pick up the kill on Lich, but I think either way that Lich was dead, so him being able to throw out that ulti was really good play there. And we might be seeing a little bit more action here. We do get initiation by Dilated Mind onto that puck, and a really smart smoke allows Dilated Mind to finish challenging that ultimate, because had he not put that down, that silence would have stopped his ultimate.
Yeah, definitely good team play and coordination right there, allowing them to take out that puck as well. If you saw, actually, after Lich threw out that Chain Frost, it could have bounced back to Tinker one last time, but it actually went to the Rock Golem camp and just kind of like went in between them, like bah, and pretty much just exploded between them, which was pretty cool looking, if I might say so myself.
Dude, whenever I play Lich, literally anytime I play Lich, if I don't land like the most beautifully placed ultimate, it's going to bounce to the most random place ever and just do absolutely nothing. Like, I have the worst luck in like just about anything you can think about. Just flat out.
Yeah, it looks like middle we have Dilated Mind and Pugna possibly going to be going in here, but they do see there's quite a few heroes. Aoi teleporting out right now. It looks like that's going to be their signal to go in because they're a hero down right now. Derp going up with haste, but it looks like Radiant heroes aren't going to fall for it, and they're going to back out.
That was a pretty good call there to back up, because they would have been in kind of an odd position there.
Yeah, well, Radiant does have wards up on that high ground right there, which is always a good thing to do at night. As a support, I like to throw up a ward on the high ground of the middle, because they were able to see that there were 4 heroes there, and they knew that they could back up, because you actually can't see up the high ground in the middle lane, even if you're on your own high ground because of the night decrease in vision. You actually have to be up the ramp.
That's a good point. And vision is like the biggest thing ever in this game.
There is going to be a team fight going on middle right now. Radiant trying to push down this tower. Looks like Sand King going to come in with a haste, stun in, run away. Chen going to ultimate up. The tower's really low. I think Radiant is probably going to be going for it. Sand King going back in, going to throw out another stun onto this sniper, followed up by an illusory orb, trying to hit that Sand King. Sniper going to go down. Looks like they're going to be pursuing this Puck smoke cloud, and Puck is stunned in the smoke cloud. Looks like he is going to be going down right there. Yep. And it looks like the Radiant team is being kind of hesitant if they want to go in. Good Chain Frost. Unfortunately, it bounced up to those Chen creeps right there. That could have easily killed those 3 heroes if those Chen creeps hadn't saved them. Good Shackle Shot onto Chen to those creeps in middle. Looks like a Power Shot going to go through, take out Chen as well. Pugna coming up, going to decrepify this Beastmaster, throwing out a Nether Blast. Looks like one Nether Blast is going to be able to take out this Beastmaster, and the entire Radiant team was taken out there for only a loss of Sand King's life.
Wow. That was one hell of a team battle. This is exactly why I love Dota, man. I mean,
yeah.
That was just so drawn out, but like the finesse in that team battle was extraordinary. I mean, that Dilated Mind play was just awesome.
Yeah, just going in and out right there and throwing off multiple impales and stuff. If you actually look at the gold graph, you can see that like 2 minutes ago when the fight started, like the gold just starts going down and down and down towards the higher side, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I just took a look at the graph. It does just nosedive right in there into the 3,000 range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I'd imagine now, because that push did fail and they do have Chen, they're probably going to be not doing anything for at least another minute and a half when Chen's getting more creeps. And they'll probably just be trying to farm up the sniper. As you can see, he did return bottom lane. He's probably going to be rice farming for a little bit.
But as far as the advantage goes, the Radiant definitely has a pretty big advantage, I'd say, simply because the Riki on the Dire team is, he's not that well farmed. I mean, he's 0-2 and only has 42 creep kills, while if you look at Sniper, he's 2-3, but has 46 creep kills as well, so he is pretty decently far ahead. So this might be a little bit of trouble for the Dire team.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like going to be some action middle. Puck going to throw out an ultimate. Dust going out onto Dilated Mind as well. Good shackle shot, pitting this Puck to the Beastmaster right there. Smoke Cloud going to go out onto Puck, and it looks like they aren't going to pursue right there. Once again, we do see that almost all the heroes have gathered up in this middle lane. We see TPs coming in from the Dire team. We might have another big team fight on our hands right here.
I don't really think so. I mean, like, Aoi has no mana whatsoever. I mean, he is probably going to just go back to base, but I think without Puck also having any mana, I think they're just going to try to avoid pushing that until they're ready to do so, because one kind of misstep, that tower is really close to deny range. So I think they're just going to wait it out until they are fully ready for a push, and they're going to go for that tower. Because Chen does have 3 Minotaurs, so he can start team battling at a moment's notice. Not to mention, Chen also has his ultimate on cooldown for another 70 seconds, so they're definitely going to want to wait for that to come back up.
Yeah, I was mainly just looking at the Dire team because I noticed that Lich's ultimate had just came back onto cooldown. If we look bottom right now...
Dilated Mind does get a stun onto that sniper, followed by the smoke, and Derp just comes in there and picks up that kill on sniper, which is a very strong play. We're going to see a little bit more action here. Beastmaster does summon his creeps, so we might be seeing a little bit of something going on, but it looks like they are just going back and forth. I'm not sure what Beastmaster is doing at this point. He's got himself completely surrounded, and a smoke does come out from Riki, but they might not be advancing. A Chain Frost does come out on Chen. Really good bounces there, hitting most of Chen's creeps there, but bouncing back to him, and he dies, followed by a really strong heat-seeking missile from Aoi, and completely takes apart this Dire team. And, Pardon does go down to another heat-seeking missile. So, that was a really good exchange for the Radiant.
Yeah, I would definitely say so as well. That was some good rocket pickups there at the end of the fight right there. That's something that's so dangerous about Tinker, is those really long range of rockets that only requires your team to have vision. It's something that seriously detrimental, especially once he gets rearmed and those boots of travel. He's one of those heroes that's really good at basically anything because of that skill. He can make a really entrenched position, and in team fights, he can honestly just sit in the back, rearm, and then spam rockets over and over again. And as you see, he just TP'd to Beastmaster's boar right there and was able to nuke down the Lich right there. That was a really good play, hiding the boar in the forest right there so Aoi could teleport in and finish off that Lich.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's just... I don't know, I hate playing against him. I mean, you get him to no mana, he's going to be back in, like, literally 2 seconds. He's just going to hop over to the well, get that mana back, and hop back in, just thanks to his ultimate.
Yeah, and up top right now, we see that he's just utilizing the Boots of Travel, his ability to basically farm in every lane at once. It can be a serious pain in the butt because it's really hard to stunt Tinker's growth as well once he gets Boots of Travel, because if he sees that you're ganking one lane, he can just easily go into the forest, teleport to another lane, and start farming there immediately. There's a few heroes in the game that could do stuff like that, like Morphling can do it, but those heroes are really hard to stop once they get their Boots of Travel. And as you can see, the Dire team was actually all moving towards Chop to try and gank him right there. But he just teleports away, and now he's probably going to teleport either bottom or middle and start farming there.
Yeah, I mean, like, he just has such strong map presence after he gets those boots. It's really unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, anyways, we're almost 20 minutes in the game right now. Let's just take a quick look at the items because we have some downtime right here. As far as the items on the Radiant team go, we have on Puck a Null Talisman, some boots, a Ring of Basilisk, and it looks like the beginning of a Force Staff. On Chen, looks like he's got boots in the beginning of a Mechanism. Beastmaster, we've got Treads, Urn, Dust for Ricky Maru, and the beginning of a Necromonicon in his stash. On Sniper, it looks like he has boots, 2 Wraith Bands, a Magic Wand, and almost a Yasha completed. Then on Tinker, we have the Boots of Travel, Soul Ring, Bottle, and a Quarterstaff, which is probably going to be turned into a Push Stick soon.
And on the Dire, we got Ricky picking up a Blade of Alacrity. This could be going into a Diffusal or perhaps a Yasha. Choo Choo Train just picking up the basic support items. He's definitely going to be playing the Warder this game. And Dilated Mind, he does have the Blink Dagger in his stash. So we're definitely going to be seeing a lot more aggressive plays coming out from Dilated Mind very soon. And Derp 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 actually got a very quick Scepter here. He does have 2 Gauntlets of Strength, so we might be seeing an Urn come out of him pretty soon. And Pardon picking up very standard Windrunner items. He does have the Ring of Basilius here for obvious laning reasons, and we do have some action top. Chainfrost does come out onto Chen, but there's nothing next to him, so he's definitely not going to be capitalizing on that. And a very strong ulti there from Pugna, effectively saving his life, but that's not going to matter thanks to the burst from Aoi. And Aoi just shows up and kind of cleans it up a little bit.
Yeah, in that fight, you definitely did get to see the power of Aghanims on Pugna right there. He actually, first, when you were looking at that Chain Frost, he had actually decrepified himself and started draining from Beastmasters to save himself the first time. Looks like a bit more action. Sand King going to get a really nice blink out right there, dodging Puck's ultimate. Looks like Windrunner's going to be backing up too. I'd imagine that the Dire team's probably going to be backing up right here. Or actually, Sand King does still have his ultimate. He might try and have an entrenched defensive position. Looks like an Assassinate and a Rocket going to take out this Windrunner. Jeez, that's just some serious long-range firepower. We see Sand King channeling ultimate. He's going to blink right on top of the Sniper, take him out instantly. Puck out of mana, trapped near the tower. Ricky Muru has teleported in. He's going to smoke bomb, and it looks like Puck is going to go down as well.
They did lose that tower in the exchange, though.
I still think it was a very good defense by them, and I think they made a good decision going after the heroes and forgoing the tower right there. I think that the Puck kill was worth it.
I don't know, I feel like letting Puck go and denying the tower would have been a much better decision, in my opinion. I mean, had they denied the tower, I mean, the kill on Puck, I don't think it's worth the loss of gold for their entire team.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's definitely kind of up in the air what you would prefer. Of course, no doubt there's more gold involved in a tower, but there's also kind of the experience, the effect that it has on a player to die and stuff like that, so.
Yeah, and that's also assuming they actually got the deny on the tower. It looks like we might be seeing a little bit of action here middle. Ricky does have a haste, so Chen is going down without a doubt, and he is getting blocked by his Minotaurs there, and that just goes back to the whole microing is a little bit more difficult in this game than it is in the Warcraft 3 engine.
Yeah, definitely, and it looks like Tinker going to be going in right here with his push stiff, going to get a kill on Windrunner, no problem right there. Now he's going to be running away.
Looks like Dilated Mind is going to be able to get a stunt. No, he backs off, and Sniper just kind of stood there. He's going to, definitely going to be going down here. Derp, derp, derp. If he does get the decrep out, he should be dead. But no, a really good Force Staff use there. Completely safe Sniper, and they pick up the kill on Dilated Mind there. And Chain Frost isn't going to be enough to
do anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and it looks like the Dire team is going to be allowed to retreat here, all with a very low health. Man, if he had paced that Sentry Worm just a second earlier, Aoi would have been able to snipe him with a rocket, or Sniper would have been able to use Assassinate. unfortunately, Ricky is going to be able to get away right there for the Dire team.
I mean, that's really fortunate for the Dire team. But I mean, like, I really feel that Ricky has been playing too much of a kind of roaming around the map role and not enough farming. I mean, if he doesn't start picking up his farm, like the dedicated farmer on the Radiant team sniper, he's definitely going to start to completely rip him apart and farm and just carry the game.
Yeah. I'd like to talk for a couple minutes about just Tinker in general and his items and stuff. First off, everyone knows Boots of Travel is the essential item for Tinker, but also the new essential item for Tinker ever since a few patches ago in Dota 1 is Soul Ring. A lot of people don't get Soul Ring on Tinker. Soul Ring is absolute godsend from Tinker since it actually refreshes every time you use his refresh ability. He can essentially get 150 mana back, making his rearm ability free of mana cost as long as rearm is kept level 1. And notice how Tinker's already level 17 and his rearm ability is still level 1.
Right, as you put points into rearm, I feel like it gets a lot worse because it costs significantly more mana. I mean, this isn't like a small mana change. It goes from 150 to 250 to 350. And at 16, that's a significant amount of your mana pool.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing about that is really you only want to be upgrading rearm once you have like a serious mana pool. Like once he gets Ginsu now, I'm sure he's going to upgrade that the second he gets that item. So once you get like a Ginsu or a Shiva, you're going to want to put another point into it. And once you start getting closer to 25, you can max it off. And when mana isn't really that much of an issue anymore, the point being that once you have that Ginsu, it's really important to be able to rearm in that 1 second and keep someone perma-hexed. That is like the biggest counter to like any carry. Like I've seen games where like level 25 Anti-Mage with all tier 4 items just gets rocked by a Tinker with like a Ginsu because Tinker just keeps him hexed for like 20 seconds straight and this team just beats the crap out of Anti-Mage.
It looks like Tinker might be in a lot of trouble up top as the Shackle Shot did come out, and this is going to spell disaster for Aoi 2000. I mean, I think he's getting a little bit too comfortable here, roaming around the map and pushing and farming whenever he deems fit. And I think that's kind of going to spell a little bit of disaster for his style of play because being overconfident is really detrimental to your team, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, if I was him, I probably would have been in the same place, and I would not have been expecting a 5-person TP like we saw there.
That's true.
Because had like even one of those people not PP'd, he probably would have been able to get away with repeated 4-staff use.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, we see Ricky Maru has actually picked up a diffusal blade right here, and he is roaming around bottom. Looks like Sniper sensing something, decides to teleport. He is on Beastmaster now. Beastmaster going to get stunned. Smoke Cloud probably going to come out as well as a diffusal charge. Oh, actually he does not use a charge of Purge, and it looks like Beastmaster is going to go down.
Looks like we have a Ogre Club on Derp. So I'm thinking maybe he's going to be trying to go for maybe a BKB to kind of stop Aoi 2000's kind of burst as well as Assassin. They do have quite a few magic abilities that you can block with BKB, so I wouldn't be surprised to see one come out of him.
Yeah, BKB definitely a good item, allowing him to channel his ultimate, because once he gets level 16 with an Aghanim Scepter, his ultimate's doing more damage than his auto attack. Like, I always like to say that his ultimate becomes his auto attack if you have Ags and you're level 16, because right. Pugna has so much mana that he can just cast it over and over and over again.
And over in like the Roshan area, we do see initiation here onto Chen. Chen does go down, but we might be seeing a little bit of a turnaround here. Sorry about that. I thought that Windrunner was on their team for some reason. Howard just gets destroyed right there because of the entire team being in that vicinity.
Yeah, definitely good pick up for the Dire team right there, and it looks like they're actually starting to pull ahead a little bit in terms of hero kills. It's been pretty even within 1 or 2 for the last, 15 minutes, and looks like we are seeing signs of Dire pulling together as a team and possibly going to be able to do some major pushing right here, especially with this Tinker dead for another 30 seconds.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they are going to be able to take this bottom tower out, but we are going to see a defense coming out of the Radiant. Sniper was actually headed down bottom, but it looks like the Dire team is going to maybe... No, it looks like they're definitely going to be pushing bottom.
Yeah, but keep in mind, Pugna was mid that entire time, and he was able to take out about half health of that tier 2 tower. Pugna, of course, being a really potent offensive hero and defensive hero. We see a Puck Illusory Orb, Silence, and Ultimate going out, killing Lich. Sand King going to go in, Ultimate going to stun Puck and Beastmaster. Beastmaster going to go down. Looks like Puck's actually going to get teleported back to base by Chen right there, saving his life. Aoi going to teleport in, going to take out Sand King with a combination of skills. Aoi going to rearm again. Looks like he's going to be chasing. No, he's actually choosing to back off right there. And he's going to TP top and go farm.
That was a great exchange for the Radiant. But it looks like Chen is actually going to go... He's definitely going to die right here because he got scouted by that Riki, and he's definitely going to be dropping to the Windrunner.
Yeah, he might be able to make it.
He had the Windrun up, and I was confident he was going to get that second auto attack off. I mean, he did net him, but there is not a chance of him getting away there.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I was rooting for Chen, though. Chen had a really good heads-up play in the middle of that team fight. He actually cast Persuasion on Puck, having that secondary ability to teleport a hero back to base after a 3-second delay. And it actually allowed Puck, who was able to phase shift for the full 3 seconds, to be teleported back to base with only 100 health when he certainly would have died to Sand King right there. So that's something I always like to see from Chen's, making use of that secondary Holy Persuasion ability. Something that's really hard to remember about, too, because you think of Holy Persuasion, it's like, yeah, it's to take over creeps, but like you gotta remember there's a secondary ability that's actually really strong.
You know, Beastmaster's actually getting pretty close to that level 3 Necronomicon. I mean, once he gets that, that's going to change the tide of the team battles significantly because Ricky's going to have a very, very, very difficult time managing to stay alive once that thing is out. He's going to have to really play a really smart positioning game after that point.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Beastmaster going to do some scouting with this Hawk. Dilated Mind going to blink in right there. Looks like they're going to throw out some dust right there. And looks just like a huge cluster right on top of this Sand King right there. He's going to go down. Looks like Ricky Maru is going to go down as well right there. Definitely a bad move by Dilated Mind right there. I guess he saw that Beastmaster, and he was with Ricky Maru, hoping he was alone. If he had actually caught the Beastmaster in the sun, they probably would have been able to burst down Beastmaster really quickly, but unfortunately, the entire Radiant team was nearby, and because of Beastmaster's greater bore, Tinker can actually teleport onto that at any time with his ultimate, so Tinker's essentially always with Beastmaster, which is a pain.
And as a result of that misjudgment there by Dilated Mind, they're definitely going to be picking up this bottom tier 2 tower.
Yeah.
You know what I liked most about that exchange, though? As soon as he knew he was going to die, he just went back to Sand King's death area and just died in the same spot he did. I think that's like a really romantic thing to do.
Oh yeah. Ricky and Sand King, forbidden lovers reunited in death. Oh. That was the corniest thing I've ever said. Okay, so we're just past half an hour now, so I'm gonna take another quick look at the items. For the Radiant team, we actually have a Necro book on Puck. Interesting. I personally would have liked to see maybe like another Sheep or some other disabling, like a Cyclone or something like that. Chen looks like he's still working towards that mechanism, picked up Arcane Boots. Beastmaster got a Necro book of his own, as well as Power Treads and an Urn. Yeah, it's seriously doubting this the Puck Necro book because Beastmaster already has one. Sniper picked up a Manta style to go with his Treads and a Wraithband. Probably going to be going something like a Butterfly or a high DPS item after he's got that Manta style. And we've got Tinker. Looks like he's closing in on his Ginsus right now to go with his 4 staff, Boots of Travel, and Soul Ring.
And the Dire, Ricky did get that defusal like we mentioned earlier. That Ogre Club is more than likely going to become a BKB. Choo Choo Train is going for a hood. He's probably going to make that into a pipe. Dilated Mind is going for that survivability with a point booster. He did get that Blink Dagger quite some time ago. Derp 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 actually did pick up that Black King bar and the urn. And Pardon picked up an ultimate orb. There's quite a few things he could actually build with that, but we might be seeing a Roshan kill right now.
Yeah, I would anticipate a sheep stick on this Windrunner.
Probably.
Looks like they're going to catch this Windrunner out right here. Beastmaster going to throw out his ultimate, but unfortunately they're not going to be able to get a kill on this Windrunner. Looks like the Dire is going to continue trying to kill Roshan right here. Radiant is moving in, grouped up. This is really bad positioning for the Dire. They're really spread out right here. This could spell doom for them. Sand King gonna stun in right there. Really good smoke by Ricky Maru. Looks like Sand King's going to be able to retreat to the high ground. He's probably going to channel an ult and blink back in right here. Yeah, very good blink back in. He's going to take out this Beastmaster right here. Puck going down immediately as well. Pugna taking advantage of that BKB and Drain. Going to take out Sniper. And it looks like Chen's going to be chased down by Ricky Maru as well. Only person left now is Aoi, who is going to force staff to the high ground right here. And he is going to be able to teleport away, it looks like, because the only hero on the high ground is Ricky Maru.
You know, against all odds, they were able to make that team battle work. I think the key factor there was that Sand King was able to live through that initial initiation there. I mean, had he been caught, his ultimate made a significant difference there.
Yeah, I think Sand King did an amazing job. He stunned from Roshan towards the high ground right there, was able to get past the Beastmaster and the Puck without being caught in that ultimate. He made it up to the high ground, so he was safe from rockets or any AoE abilities, so he could channel that ultimate, blink back in, and then just destroy all of the Radiant team pretty much.
And it looks like they're going to be making another go at Roshan. Pugna just straight tanking him with his ultimate. So that's always hilarious to see, and Pardon is just getting rid of that block on spells there on Roshan.
Oh, actually, it was Pugna who got rid of the spell shield block right there. Yeah, his ultimate has 0 cooldown with Ags. So he just double-clicked it right there to get rid of the spell shield and then used it again.
It's always funny to see that.
Yeah. God, Ags on Pugna is just awesome. It looks like Pugna actually going to be picking up the Aegis right there. Don't know if I agree with that. However, he does definitely have the most item progression on the Dire team. And I guess Ricky Maru was not nearby to pick up the Aegis for himself. Aegis.
Aegis.
Aegis. I've always had trouble pronouncing the name.
It's alright, dude. I can't say the word Lucy, or I just can't say it now either. And I try to say face here. I'm not gonna give it another shot. I'm just gonna call it orb forever. And I'm not going to make an attempt at saying the first part of that.
Alright. Fair enough. It's illusory orb.
Yeah, something about that word, it just does not work with my mouth. I mean,
it looks especially confusing in the Dota tooltip because you can't tell the difference between I's and L's, capital I's and lowercase L's. So it just looks like there's 3 bars and then it says Usuri orb.
I'm just gonna call it Luciori or Leary Orb,
Yeah, fair enough.
That was my best shot at it. You feel free to make fun of me in the comments.
Yeah, it looks like Lich finishing up that pipe. That's gonna be pretty crucial for a Radiant team fight, especially because of all the magic damage that's coming out with that rocket barrage as well as the puck combination.
Yeah, it's gonna be really strong.
Yeah, it looks like Aoi gonna force staff himself up to the high ground and sheep that Pugna right there. Beastmaster ultimate going on to Windrunner. Another sheep coming out from Aoi. It looks like Windrunner probably going to be going down, but a Chain Frost coming in from Lich right there. Followed up by a stun by Sand King. Another Hex from the Tinker right there. Serious back and forth trading right there. Tinker being able to just keep on channeling his ultimate so he could throw out 4 hexes right there like nobody's business. Looks like he's going to throw out another Hex onto Pugna right here. Jeez, this is just back and forth battle of attrition straight up. And he's probably going to be teleporting back to base and just snatching full mana again right now, too.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be doing that. As he has, no mana whatsoever. But his team is deciding to keep pushing. Dilated Mind actually does pop out and knocks out that puck. But Aoi is on his way back with full mana. We might be seeing a kill here on Choo Choo Train, but Ricky deciding to pop BKB and forcing him to back off.
Yeah, Ricky really not getting much out of that BKB activation right there. Windrunner throwing out a shackle shot, not getting a good shackle on anything right there. And it looks like Tinker just going to be throwing out rockets like nobody's business. Ultimate going out on a derp right there. It looks like the Radiant team's probably going to be going on them. A lot of low health Dire heroes derp channeling that ultimate. Looks like Windrunner is going to be going down right there. However, Aoi goes down as well to the combination of Sand King and Ricky Maru. Looks like Dire is now on the offensive. They're going to be chasing down these Radiant heroes.
Dilated Mind is still going to be chasing Beastmaster. Beastmaster is more than likely going to get out of this fine, but it looks like his team is just not going to go help him. So he might be going down because Sand King's Blink Dagger is just about up, and he might be able to follow him through, but no, he just stops chasing.
Yeah, definitely lack of coordination there on the Dire team. You saw that Ricky and Sand King actually chose to split up right there when if they had gone together, they would have been able to take out either the Beastmaster or the Sniper instead of neither of them. They probably would have been able to push down that top tower and top it. With the Tinker being dead right now.
I mean, did Beastmaster ever get around to getting level 3 Necro?
He's got level 2 Necro book. He needs 40 gold for it. I think he's just going to go back to base. Or actually, he's probably going to throw out Axis, try and snatch one creep, and then go finish it off.
Big pickup here for the Dire, catching that Chen out of position.
But it looks like Ricky's going to go down and return to an Assassinate from the Sniper, so their push is going to be halted right there with their carry now dead.
And a missed stun there by Dilated Mind. I think had he landed that stun, they probably would have been able to take him out there, but Puck... Oh, I thought he was going to actually survive that, but he definitely does go down. Derp does lose the Aegis here, thanks to that Force Staff killing him off, but Dilated Mind misses his ultimate. Oh my goodness, and he's definitely going to be going down here. Oh my god, what a blunder.
Good shackle shot, though. Just like to point that out. And it looks like Aoi's going to be pursuing a Force Staff and Hex right there, going to take out Lich. And it looks like Radiant has successfully held this off. Man, this game has been pretty much neck and neck the whole way. If you look at the gold graph, it's just been going up and down, and the lead's been changing throughout the whole game. It was Radiant the Dire, then Radiant the Dire, then Radiant the Dire. Now it's Dire.
That looks like a fun roller coaster. I mean, if that was real, I'd ride it.
I don't know. I think it's becoming more and more sinusoidal as time goes by. Throw out a big word right there.
We have a small initiation here on middle. Beastmaster looks like he's going to be alright, though. But a Shackle Shot does go out, and it does catch him. So they are going to be in hot pursuit here. And that Haste Rune there is going to be his saving... Oh, no. Nice Chen.
Yeah, the Chen teleport on there. You actually can see the Chen charms over him. Under him, eyesight, I guess.
So. Sniper actually gets out of that a lot. Oh, I spoke too soon. A really good power shot there from Windrunner knocks him senseless.
Yeah, it looks like Aoi gonna go into the forest right there, channel his ultimate. Possibly gonna sheep this Pugna. Ooh, I think he could have taken out the Pugna with a sheep right there if he had just got him into a sheep cycle, but guess like he's not gonna go for it.
Wow, nice plays on middle here. Beastmaster showing up and just knocking out both Ricky and Windrunner. Puck playing really well there as well.
Yeah, it looks like Radiant... It looked like the Dire had a definitely winning margin right there, but it looks like they've been able to crawl themselves back into this game with some really good team play and some, good assassinations and rocket defenses.
Yeah, now that Beastmaster has Necronomicon at level 3, I think they're going to be really hard-pressed to play as strongly as they did before. Because, I mean, Sand King was playing really beautifully. He was using Sandstorm in all the right places. And he's just simply not going to be able to play that finessey style that he's been doing all game. Just because he's not going to be able to use that invisibility time on his Sandstorm anymore. So
Yeah, and additionally, the Dire does have a Ricky Maru, if you didn't notice that one.
yeah, well, I mentioned that one like 20 minutes ago. Come on.
Okay, my bad. I was
Yeah,
just,
uh-huh,
I was just trying to
You know,
poke fun at you because, that's what I do.
I can't say Lucy. Yeah, you know what I can't say. You can make fun of me on that, but at least I got that one right.
Yeah, okay, you got that. And it looks like Puck almost got that Necrobook 3 of his own, though I'm not sure how much it's going to do.
Yeah,
I mean, the
kind of
Necro
in your
summons are
boat
always
there.
just great to have. They do a ton of damage, but on its own, I'm not really sure it's great to have multiple of them, especially because they're not really running like a quick push or anything like that. It's 45 minutes in the game,
Right.
but whatever. What do I know?
Now, what do you know?
Yeah, quite a bit about Dota. I like to think. But I don't know. I could be proved wrong here.
It looks
Probably
like Derp is going to be going for a Hex Stick too, yeah? With that ultimate orb pickup. And he
Yeah,
is
I'd
saving
imagine
gold, so
so.
he's probably going to be going for that Mystic Staff.
Yeah, I mean, there's honestly nothing else for him to get at this point. They really, really need Hex to take out pretty much any of the Radiant heroes. I mean, Sniper and Tinker, neither of them having a BKB or a Lincoln's or anything like that. Hex is just going to be crucial if they can get it off on one of those heroes to them taking them out.
It looks like Sniper is really close to Butterfly, man. So that's going to be pretty big considering Ricky is all about that physical DPS.
Yeah, and I'd imagine that after Butterfly, he's going to get a MKB as well, so he's going to be able to shoot through Smokescreen, which is going to be really bad, especially because they have a Windrunner too, so he's going to be able to shoot through Windrun. I mean, I almost would have liked if he had gotten a MKB over this Butterfly right now.
I actually agree with you with that. I mean, that True Strike is so strong, especially against their lineup. I mean, he effectively ruins the survivability of two of their heroes with that MKB.
Yeah. But, I mean, Butterfly isn't a bad item either. Not gonna rag on this guy too much.
I mean, it's a great item, just not against Evasion. I think whenever you're against Evasion, especially of Ricky and Windrunner's caliber, it's much, much, much better than Butterfly. Especially since they have Ricky essentially countered. He's not going to be able to dive in and try to pick off that Sniper, I think. Because that Necro 3 is just going to absolutely stop him from being that ballsy and trying to jump in on him. So I think, without ragging on him, it was just poor decision making.
Yeah, and if you notice, Puck actually has a pretty fair amount of Observer awards as well, so they're just not going to take any chances with this True Sight. On top of having 2 Necro books, they're just going to throw Obs wards everywhere as well. So they're definitely prepared for Ricky and his Sand King.
Yeah, I'm not going to claim to actually understand what Puck is doing, but, I mean, he's cool, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like Chen actually gonna TP Puck back to base right there.
He's like, we don't kind of need you.
Yeah, being the
Go
baller
back
that
to
he
base.
is. Puck's probably really angry right now. Like, why did you do that?
I mean, maybe what Chen was trying to say was Puck sounds a little bit like a girl to me, right? I don't know if lore-wise they actually made him out to be a female or not. But, I mean, maybe he was just sending him back to the kitchen.
Ooh, that's pretty bad, man.
Sorry
yeah.
to the 3% female viewership there. It was just a lighthearted joke. I don't actually think that they should be in the kitchen.
Oh, yes, you do. Anyways,
I do think it is a quality that is great to have. I mean, sandwiches while you're playing Dota is always a great thing, but I'm just going to stop talking.
Yeah, probably a good call. It looks like heroes gathering up around Roshan. I'd imagine because Roshan is back up right now, there's probably going to be a fight around him. Ricky Maru picking up on this Puck right here. Looks like a return coming out from Chen, just barely saving Puck again. Man, this Chen is Puck's best friend right there. Sent him back to the kitchen again. And it looks like Sheep as well as DPS from Sniper is going to take out that Windrunner right there. Radiant definitely a huge advantage in this fight right here. They're going to take out Beastmaster right there. Chen Heal coming in. Sand King ultimate going out on this Sniper solo. Sniper getting down beneath half health. However, Derp activating his BKB. He's dangerously low. So is Ricky. And it looks like him and Ricky are both going to fall right there to Aoi and Sniper. And it looks like Radiant's going to be way ahead right now. There's nothing stopping them from taking a Roche or possibly even a Barracks. I don't think any of the Dire heroes have enough gold to buy back right now. Oh, actually, it looks like Sand King does, but how much he can do by himself. Yeah, and it looks like they are going to be going on this Roshan right here.
You know, I think it was kind of a mistake that they spent so much time chasing after this Beastmaster. I mean, especially with his Necrobook and him being able to micro that board to slow them down, it really bought enough time for that Radiant team to get where they needed to be and completely rip apart the Dire team. I think that especially in their situation, they need to pick and choose every single one of their initiations and make sure it's a proper one.
I agree with you. However, I'd like to be a bit more critical on this Dire team for going after this Beastmaster. Beastmaster used his ultimate and Necrobook at the very first second of the fight to try and save Pug right there, which he did with the Chen return. After he used Necrobook, he used his summons, he used his ultimate. Beastmaster does no damage. He does 130 damage per hit. He's not doing anything. He's just 2,000 health that's running around. There's no reason that the Dire should have focused on him instead of going after either this Tinker or the Sniper, who were basically just gunning down the Dire heroes all the time when they were chasing this Beastmaster. I mean, if they had taken out that Sniper, that fight would have been completely different.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised to see this amount of tunnel vision happening. I mean, they should be able to recognize, that Beastmaster, I mean, he, like you said, essentially useless after he uses his abilities. So kind of weird there, especially in the position.
Well, I know Sand King caught on to the fact that he needed to be going after Sniper. He did channel his ultimate and landed right on top of Sniper right there, and he got him down to about 500 health. And then Pugna started using his ult on him as well, but it was just kind of too little too late. They need to go on Sniper from the beginning. Sniper really didn't have that much survivability. He had 1,500 health. And that's it. No BKB, no Lothars, no nothing. No way to get away.
So for the first time in this game, actually, the Radiant is significantly ahead in the gold earned. I mean, they're just approaching 8,000 gold ahead of the Dire team.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a team fight right here. Ultimate coming out from Beastmaster. Windrunner running away. Dangerously low health. Looks like a Sniper ultimate going to take him out at the last second right here. Looks like Ricky Miru having to run away from this fight as well. That Boar Slow going through BKB is going to allow them to take him out. Looks like Derp trying to chase down the Sniper. However, another Hex from Aoi is going to take him out as well. Looks like the Dire team is just dropping like flies right here. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Radiant is able to push this in and take a Barracks right here.
Yeah, I can't imagine one single way they're going to be able to defend this. I mean, Dilated Mind is channeling his ultimate. He is going in, and he's hit everything. He's absolutely decimated the creep wave and basically put all of them really low health here. And that may have actually bought him valuable seconds here as far as the pushing goes. Aoi does TP back to bottom, and it looks like they're going to be pushing two lanes at once, so this is a really good call here, since they do have two heroes, and they're going to have to make a choice, bottom or middle, and they can't defend both.
Or, I mean, they could have just pushed with 4 and taken one anyways, and they wouldn't have really been able to defend with Sand King Lich. But, well, I mean, it's not like it really matters with this huge lead. Although the Dire Heroes are getting close to reviving, but it looks like Dilated Mind is going to be going down here to this Sniper. That machine gun right there just blasted him down.
Oh my god, 12 HP on that Lich after that heat-seeking missile. I thought for sure as that was traveling, he was going to pick up that kill, but man, that pipe is just doing work, as well as those bracers. I mean, very, very lucky there. And as I say that, their mid is completely gone, and it looks like bottom's going to quickly follow suit.
Yeah, I can't imagine Dire staying in this game for much longer. Looks like the Radiant is just cleaning up as quickly as they can. This was a very long game. Coming up on 54 minutes, actually.
I think the Dire's just going to sit in the well at this point. None of them are really making any kind of decisions to move out or anything like that. So I think as soon as Aoi pushes that top lane into their base, they're just going to let them push it over. They know it's over. I mean, there is just no way they're going to be able to recover from this. They got so much gold. And at a quick glance at the difference in gold earned chart, they're approaching 13,000 ahead now. So there is absolutely no way they're going to make a comeback.
Yeah, it looks like solo Beastmaster is just throwing them right now. Huh. Tinker going to teleport in too. Tinker picking up Manta style. What a baller. And Scotty. Jesus.
And there goes the throne.
Yeah, Radiant victory. That was definitely a really back and forth game. I thought Dire was going to win towards the middle there when they picked up that first Aegis. Aegis. I said it right that time. Alright guys, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching this cast. We'll see you next time.